Yes, good morning, and welcome to today's class. I hope you are doing great. Yes, today, just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed to our Telegram channel yet, this is it, the Crypto Traders. Okay, we are having our classes posted into this group, and of course, some of the signals are also provided in this group, and a lot more. So just don't forget to subscribe. Simply just come here, search Crypto Traders with double S, and you'll be seeing it. So don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, allow me to go straight to our today's lesson. It's full of, in fact, let me not use that word full of complications, but I know the challenge you are facing right now, because the market is not good, you are facing a challenge of floating loss. So today I want to show you how you can minimize your floating loss and how you can get out of the market faster. So that's going to be the lesson for today. We want to make sure that we enter the market and get out of the market faster, so that we are not caught up by the floating loss. And we are going to be using the strategy called the double up method. And this strategy is going to be used by a person of $150 and above. Okay, $150 and above. So if you don't have $150 or more than that, then you will continue using the strategies you know, only that you will make sure that the AI margin call will be on. Okay, the AI margin call will be on. So let me begin with those of you that doesn't know how to switch on the margin call, right? So while setting up a trade, you'll come across this button here, the AI margin call. Now, if you want not to be caught up by floating loss, you are going to switch this button on. Reason being that your robot will partially follow your instructions, and it will partially follow its instructions. I hope that is clear. It will be a 50-50. Okay. For instance, you will instruct your robot to buy when a coin drops by 0.5%. And when the market drops by this percentage, the 0.5%, the robot will not buy immediately. It will first analyze the market to find a perfect time to buy. Okay? Because you may have set this as your call drop, but when the coin is still dropping, so it will reach your drop percentage, but it can buy when the market drops at 1.5, depending on the market situation. So in this unpredictable market, make sure you switch on your AI margin call. Make sure you switch on your AI margin call. I hope that's clear. So I want to move forward to the settings of those people using $150 and above. $150 and beyond. So this is how you are going to set your robot in order to get out of the market very fast, not to be caught up by floating loss. Like when you see here, guys, look closely. When you open any coin, for instance, let me open this. When you come on strategy management,
Listens for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies.
Sorry about that, guys, but it was urgent. Okay, like I've been showing you that on this panel here, you will see different options. You will see the cycle, the sell button, the buy button, migrator strategy, and here the sub-bin real-time settlement. So our focus is going to be on the sub-bin mode real-time settlement. That's where we are going to put our focus. Now, in this case, or in this market situation, we are going to be using what we call the sub-bin mode. Not the all warehouse mode, not the sub-bin mode real-time settlement, but we are going to be using the sub-bin mode. Now, briefly, let me talk about this strategy here. The sub-bin mode, how does it work? Okay, like since we all know that while in the sub-bin mode real-time settlement, our robot, when it buys the first 4 margin calls, it sells them at once. But when it buys the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, 8th, up to your limit, these margin calls are sold independently. And while we are in sub-bin mode real-time settlement, when the robot sells the 9th margin calls, it gives us back our capital plus the profits. It sells the 7th, it gives us back our capital plus the profits. The same applies to this call, the same applies to this call here, until when it will reach the 4 margin calls, which will be sold at once. Okay, so that is the sub-bin mode real-time settlement. But with this case here, the sub-bin mode, when the robot buys the first 4 margin calls, from margin call number 5 to your limit here, let me say the 10th, okay? When it will sell the 10th margin call, it will give you your capital, but it will not give you the profits. Am I talking to someone? It will be giving you your capital only. Now the question is, where does your profits go? That's the question you're asking yourself. When it will sell these margin calls individually, it will not be giving you profits, but it will be using those profits to pull the average price closer to the current price in order for you to get out of the market very fast. Let me explain in another approach. Let me explain in another approach, because now most of you have not understood anything. What do we mean when we say that the robot, when it buys more margin calls, it pulls the average price closer to the current price? This is what we mean. Like when you buy a certain coin, you buy it at this price here. Let's say you buy it at $2.5, and your 3% take profit. The 3% take profit, okay? It will be somewhere like $3.0, okay? Just an example. This is just an example. I don't want to cram work, but I want you to understand, okay? So 2.5, or the price with which you bought your coin at, it becomes the average price. It becomes the average price. Now, in certain cases, you will find that you buy a coin at 2.5, but it starts to come down in what we call the floating loss. And you'll be seeing something like 2.3. And this is your current price, but this was your average price. Meaning that when you buy more margin calls, this average price here at 2.5 will come closer to 2.3. How? You'll end up seeing something like this. From 2.5, which was your average price, closer to 2.4. Remember, your current price is 2.3. Now, a question. Between 2.5 and 2.4, which one is closer to the current price? Of course, it will be the 2.4. So am I talking to someone right now? It will be the 2.4. It is the closer price to our current price. So how are you going to pull your average price closer to the current price? Through your settings. This is where our lesson is, and I want you to pay close attention to it, because this class is going to be a little bit shorter than our previous classes, because it's simple. It is simple, just a matter of playing with our robot instructions. Okay, so while setting the strategy, because I know all of you by now, you know how to set a strategy. Now in this case, if you want to create a new strategy, it's also not bad according to your choice. So you come, tap on the plus button here, so that you can add another strategy. Now, maybe one thing I didn't talk about while talking about strategy creation is this point here, the risk type. When you open the risk type, Android users, of course, this will be the default settings. Okay, it will be the default settings. But for iPhone users, it will come with conservative. Now, what do those strategy mode means? With radical, your robot will be putting in your money at a high fast rate, meaning it will be putting more of your money into the market at first. When you come to conservative, it will be putting in more money but less compared to the radical mode. And with steady, it will be putting in little money in the market according to your settings. So, if you are an iPhone user, you'll have to change from radical to steady so that your robot doesn't put your money anyhow. So after that, we are going to be setting our strategy according to our capital. I'm going to give one example of a person using $300. Remember, I told you that this strategy is going to work perfectly for people using $150 and above. So, remember, we are using the 20% 80. 20% as our first buy-in amount, and the 80 which has remained is going to help us buy more margin calls so that we can be safe in the market. So this is how you are going to set. You have your $300 and the 20% of $300 is going to be 20% of $300 is going to be giving you 60. Okay, remember, the 20% of our $300 it's going to be 60. So 60 is going to be our first buy-in amount, what we call the FFBA, the first buy-in amount. Okay, now after understanding that, now we are going into margin call configurations and how to set them. So with the remaining 240, which is 300 minus 60, giving you $240. Now $240 divided by 5 or 10, depending on your risk appetite. But in this current market situation, I'm advising you to use $5. I'm advising you to use $5. For you HTX users, of course, you have no any other option apart from using $10, because HTX will never allow you to use less than $10. So if you are using Binance and not HTX, I would recommend to use $5 as your second first buy-in amount. So with your 240 divided by 5, it will be giving you 48 margin calls. 48 margin calls, giving you a little bit of safety in the market. Okay, so this is how you are going to set it. Remember, our first buying amount, it is 60. And the margin call limit is going to be 48. The take profit ratio, it will be our 3%. We can leave it as it is according to our previous strategies or the strategies you have already set. It may be a 2%, 2.5 or 3%, but not exceeding 3%. So the whole position take profit callback, it is going to be 0.1, and the buy-in callback, it is going to be 0.01. The sub position take profit callback, it is going to be 0.01. Okay, sorry guys. 48 margin calls, take profit ratio 3%, the callback is 0.1, buy-in callback 0.01, then this will be also 0.01. So make sure that the strategy mode period, it is in one shot, because according to the current market situation, cycle mode will not be a good choice. Okay, so with a person of this amount of dollars, like the 300 we are talking about, can switch on, can switch off the AI margin call, can switch off the AI margin call. So we turn it off. Then when we go into the margin call configuration, you set as you previously set your strategies, like 0.1, margin call number 2, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, and now from margin call number 5, you can, if at all you are not going to be using the AI margin call, you can say that 1%, 1% or 1.5, 1.5, or you can put 1% throughout, 1% throughout. This is not cram work. Just understand what to do. Just understand what to do. Have you ever seen a screenshot of people making huge profits? And guess what? People of the same capital trading the same coin can make different profits. You know why? It will depend on how you play with your robot settings. It will depend on how you play with your robot settings. So understand how to instruct your robot. Don't just cram. Just understand what exactly must be done. Okay? So moving to the multiple buying ratio, the number of times your robot will be buying, we are going to be using the double up method, or what we call the default setting. We shall make some few adjustments according to our capital, but we are going to be using the double up method. The double up method meaning that if the robot on your first margin call, it puts in $10, the second margin call, it will multiply the first margin call price times 2, giving you $20 on the second margin call. And on the third margin call, it will double up the amount of money put in the second margin call. So it will be 20 times 2, giving you a 40. It will be a continuation like this. So the first margin call will be the third margin call times 2, giving you 80. Okay, so this is what we call the double up method. The double up method. I'm going to be showing you how this is helpful in bringing the average price closer to the current price, because that's our goal today. We want to move out of the market very fast in order to avoid floating losses, okay, or to minimize floating losses. So on the first margin call, we shall leave it as 2. The second margin call, we shall leave it as 4. The third margin call as 8. And the fourth margin call, 16. Now, for a person of $300 and below, you'll stop doubling up in these 4 first margin call. And from the 50th margin call, then you will be, or you can put 1, 1, 1 throughout. So this is how the double up method works in order to pull the average price closer to the current price. Now, just apply some logic. Apply some logic. Like a person carrying 2 kilograms of sugar and a person carrying 4 kilograms of sugar. Okay, 2 kilograms of sugar and one of 4 kilograms. Okay, if they stand on a platform like this, which one will outweigh the other? Remember, this is our first margin call and this is the second margin call. So the second margin call will outweigh the first one, meaning it will pull it down. It will pull it down. So it will not be pulling out your money put in the first margin call, but it will be pulling the average price set after the buying of the first margin call. I hope that is clear. It will be pulling the average price set after the buying of the first margin call. So it will be like this. Okay, it will be like this. If after buying the first buying amount and the average price is 2.5, then after buying the first margin call, it comes to 2.49. When you will buy the second margin call, doubling up the first margin call, you'll end up with an average price of like 2.42. And when you double up the second margin call, or the number of coins bought on the second margin call, when you double up them while buying the third margin call, you'll end up with an average price of 2.39 or 37, something like that. And by the moment you buy this 4 margin call, or by the moment the robot buys the 4th margin call, you'll end up with the average price of like 2.3. So I hope you are getting the difference from 2.5 close to 2.3. This is where the difference is. Mark these 2 points, the 2.5 and the 2.3. Trader A puts all his money into the market at once, and the average price is 2.5. Okay, that is the average price. It is 2.5. But he set his robot to give him 3%, and the 3% will be at around 3.1 dollars. Okay, I'm just giving an example. And the trader B, he buys. By the moment he completes the first 4 margin calls, his average price is 2.3. And he also asked his robot to give him 3%. And you'll find that from 2.3, the 3% will lie at around, let me say, at around 2.9. So, Trader A and Trader B both entered the market at once with the same capital but different ways of capital application. So between these two traders, who will get out of the market very fast? Of course, it will be Trader B, the one who used the dollar cost averaging method, or what we call the double up method, because 2.9 is less than 3.1. So in this case, if the market doesn't rise up again to give Trader A the 3%, which will be at 3.1, it can give Trader B the 3%, which will be at 2.9. Meaning Trader B will get out of the market and avoid floating loss. And in this case, Trader A will stay in the market, and of course after the market is resisted from when the market is resisted from passing and breaking the 2.9 mark, it will be like this. It is resisted from this point here. Now it will start to come down, meaning Trader A will be caught up by this floating loss. I hope I'm trying to create understanding. Our goal today is to learn how to get out of the market fast in order to reduce our floating loss. Okay? I hope you already know now how to set that strategy. So after there, you confirm and save your strategy with the remark or the name you wish to. Okay, anything. Then click save. So when you come to enter the coin, any coin of your choice, let's say 1,000 sats, okay, you click on it, click on create martingale strategy bot, again create, click I understand, come to trade settings, okay, trade settings, then come to manually create here. After there, click on my templates and choose a strategy of your own. So you choose the strategy you've just saved. Okay, this is the name I saved. So you click on that strategy. Then come here where you see strategy mode. Change from War Warehouse mode or from sub-bin mode real-time settlement to sub-bin mode. I hope you are all seeing it here, the sub-bin mode. Okay. After, come edit your first buying amount. Because in most cases the first buying amount changes to default and you'll be seeing 12 because it will be the default setting, but other settings remain the same as you saved it, only the first buying amount change. So in this case you edit it to your first buying amount, which we saw it was the 60. Okay, so after there you click on save, you confirm and activate. And immediately after activating, you come on trade settings again, change from 60, and you put 5. So after putting 5, come again and click save. Okay, so your robot will buy and it will follow your instructions. Now let me end by showing you the calculations and why I recommend that strategy to be used by people of 150 plus. So you open your calculator. Remember that double up method, we are focusing mainly on the first 4 margin calls. The margin call number 1, it will be 2 times. Margin call number 2, it will be 4 times. Margin call number 3, it will be 8 times. And margin call number 4, it will be 16 times, giving you a 30. So with this 30 times the 5, which is the second first buying amount, it will be giving you 150. So 150 plus the first buying amount, any of your choice, a minimum of 5, meaning this strategy will work perfectly for a person of $155 and above. So if you have $155 or below, less than $155, this will not work for you. So you will have to protect your capital while switching on the AI margin call. I hope that's clear, guys. The learning is in the doing. I don't want to consume more of your time. So guys, allow me to stop here for today. If at all you have any questions, feel free to ask. Drop them in the comment section and I will be replying you within a short time. Otherwise, from me to you, it's a nice time. Continue subscribing and continue liking. Otherwise, happy business, happy trading. Whatever comes down, it will go up again, and whatever goes up, it will come up again. So don't be scared. I know the market condition is not favorable, but it's the reason why we are teaching you skills in order to survive in any given market condition. Whether it's a bearish market, with the skills we teach you, you'll be able to make money. Whether in the bullish markets, you'll also still be able to make profits. Just understand what we are teaching you. Again, I said it several times and I'm saying it again. Avoid cram work. Avoid cram work. Just ask if you didn't understand, but stop cramming. Stop cramming. With that said and done, allow me guys to wish you a nice day and bye bye.